Do you want to become a top level Yoru main and outplay everyone in Valorant? It's actually a lot easier than you might think. Today, I'm going to share with you all the best tips and tricks I've learned over the past year so that you can improve at Yoru as fast as possible. I'm going to be splitting up this guide into 5 levels, each one slightly harder than the last, so it's easier for you to find where you're currently at and what you should learn next. Starting with the basics, Yoru is a duelist that has the abilities Gate Crash, Blindside, Fake Out, and Dimensional Drift. Gate Crash is a teleport that Yoru can send on the ground that will either move forward or stand still. You can fake the teleport by pressing F when aiming at it. You have 2 charges and it costs credits. Blindside is a flash that activates after you throw it at a wall. Before the flash is activated, it is invisible to enemies but will not detonate. You can have 2 charges and it costs 250 credits. Fake Out is a clone of Yoru that will walk in a straight line where you're looking. When it is shot, it will flash anyone in the direction of that person who shot it. It has 1 charge and costs 100 credits. Dimensional Drift is Yoru's ultimate and allows you to go invisible to enemies for 12 seconds. Even though enemies cannot see Yoru when he is close, a ring will appear around the edge of their screen. You can't shoot whilst in Yoru's ultimate, but you can use all of his other abilities. On attack, Gate Crash can be used to get behind the enemies and get a surprise flank that they might not be expecting, but on defense you can use it to quickly rotate from one side of the map to the other. Blindside should be thrown against the wall that you're peeking out from to get the most consistent flashes. You can also flash out of smokes if you look directly down. Fake Out can be used to gather information on where enemies are located, and if you follow close behind it, you can utilize the flash effects it has too. In Dimensional Drift, you can pick up and drop guns for you and your team, as well as scout any risky areas for info. Now I'm going to go over some basic utility combos which you should start to learn around this point. The most basic of these is a flash TP that can be used to quickly get control of the back half of most sites. To do this, you'd need to throw your flash to one side of your TP and then teleport as the flash goes off. You'll need to face the opposite direction to the flash to make sure you don't flash yourself. One simple defense combo you can do is to place your clone on top of a TP that you can put into the corner of a site. You can trigger the clone and the fake TP at the same time to distract people whilst you're retaking. Flashing or cloning at the end of your ult will increase the chance of you securing a kill. You can also equip a shorty during your ult to be able to quickly kill someone to pick up their gun. This works wonders on eco rounds and can increase the chance of your team winning the round. Your clone can be used to increase the height of where you place your TP. For example, on C site on Haven, you can jump on top of this box and send out your clone, where you will then be able to jump up and right click your TP on top of site. One-way flashes are immensely powerful on Yoru, but they can take a while to find. A straightforward way to do one on the fly is to flash behind you as you're peeking an angle. Around this skill level, you should start to see the people who are not shooting your clones, and this is where you can start fake cloning from time to time. Before you try this, it is important to have an escape route in mind because it is extremely risky and will not work most of the time. You must pick the perfect moments when people are already distracted to catch them off guard. These next tips are things that I've picked up from some of the best Yoru players in the world, the most noteworthy of these being PRX Forsaken. Forsaken is consistently one of the best players in Asia, as well as being a member of one of the best professional Valorant teams in the world. Flash TP lineups are very present in Forsaken's play, as he uses them for almost every aggressive play he makes. One other thing that he sometimes does is to TP in the middle of a jump peak to be able to peek out wider than normal, but exposing himself for the same amount of time. One final thing I'll mention is that he's utilising the fact that his teammates can still see his outline whilst he's ulting, so he helps to line up shots and utility through walls or smokes to guarantee its effectiveness. On Yoru, don't be afraid to experiment with a lot of different combinations and in a lot of different situations, because you never know what will work against everyone. Always know what your plan is as well as a way out if one's needed, and don't forget to be unpredictable. Never do the same thing twice and try to outplay everyone differently, since you never know what they're expecting. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something valuable from this video. See you in the next one.